We begin with a legend of three ancient goddesses, Din, Nehru, and Faror, who created both the land which would later come to be known as Hyrule, and a divine artifact called the Triforce, which gave anyone possessing it the ability to shape reality, fulfilling any desire. The demon king Demise, an eternal being who is the source of all monsters, destroyed much of Hyrule while seeking to take the Triforce for himself. The goddess Hylia gathered the surviving Hylians and sent them into the sky on an outcropping of land, which she transformed into a floating island. This allowed her to launch a full-scale offensive against Demise, and though she ultimately succeeded in sealing him away, Hyrule was left severely damaged. Thousands of years later, the floating island is known as Skyloft, and its inhabitants, who travel through the skies on the backs of large birds called loftwings, believe the surface of Hyrule below the clouds to be only a myth. Link, a knight in training, passes his final exam despite attempted interference by his class rival, Groose, who considers himself a romantic competitor for the affections of Link's childhood friend, Zelda. While Link and Zelda are on a celebratory flight together, she's whisked away below the clouds by a dark tornado. After recovering back on Skyloft, Link is summoned to the Goddess Sword, hidden inside the island's giant statue of Hylia, by Fi, the spirit of the sword, who resides within it. Link draws the sword, proving himself to be the prophesized hero capable of defeating Demise. Opening a way through the clouds to the surface, Link is guided by Fi to the sealed temple, where he meets an elderly woman who tells him to track down Zelda, which leads him across the regions of Faron Woods, Eldin Volcano, and Lanayru Desert. When he catches up with Zelda, he's prevented from returning her to Skyloft by Impa, a young woman who's guarding and guiding Zelda. Link also encounters Gerheim, a self-proclaimed demon lord, working towards freeing Demise. At the Temple of Time, in the Lanayru Desert, Link defends Zelda and Impa from Gerheim, buying the two enough time to depart through a gate of time into the past, which Impa destroys as they pass through. Returning to the temple, Link is followed by Groose, who's seeking to locate and rescue Zelda himself. Link is then forced to reseal the Imprisoned, a monstrous form of Demise attempting to reach the temple from the nearby sacred grounds where it was sealed, after the old woman shows Link a second, currently dormant, gate of time within the temple. With the Imprisoned resealed, Link sets out to strengthen the Goddess Sword by passing Hylia's ancient trials, using her gifts to locate the sacred flames in order to purify and strengthen the blade so that the Gate of Time can be activated. Returning to find the Imprisoned attempting to break free again, Link reseals it with assistance from Groose. Upon activating the Gate of Time and traveling into the past, to the time just after Hylia sealed Demise away, Link finds Zelda in the sealed temple, known then as the Temple of Hylia, learning from her that she's the mortal reincarnation of Hylia. When Hylia battled Demise, she was unable to destroy him, instead sealing him away within the sacred grounds and making preparations for his inevitable return, as she was gravely wounded and knew the seal would not hold forever. She left behind the Goddess Sword and Goddess's Harp, along with trials for a future prophesized hero to overcome, testing his power, wisdom, and courage, all of which ultimately leading to the hidden Triforce. The final part of Hylia's plan was to sacrifice her divinity in order for her soul to eventually be reincarnated into a mortal body, enabling her to use the power of the Triforce herself if necessary to finally destroy Demise, as it can't be wielded by divine beings. After explaining this, Zelda grants her power to the Goddess Sword, further strengthening it into the Master Sword, before asking Link to return to the present, obtain the Triforce, and use it to destroy Demise there, while she remains in the past, sealing herself inside of a crystal within the temple for thousands of years to maintain Demise's seal in the meantime. Following Zelda's request, Link returns to the present, discovers the Triforce hidden on Skyloft, and uses it to destroy Demise, before returning to the present temple to free Zelda from her crystal. After doing so, Gerheim arrives and kidnaps Zelda. As though Demise is dead in the present, Gerheim intends to sacrifice Zelda, using Hylia's soul to resurrect Demise in the past. Link pursues Gerheim through the Gate of Time into the past, and fights his way through Gerheim's monster army. Link then battles and defeats Gerheim, who turns out to be the spirit of Demise's sword, but not before the ritual is completed, freeing Demise and allowing him to absorb Zelda's soul, resulting in the return of his true form. Groose guards Zelda's body within the temple, while Link challenges Demise. After a difficult battle, Link defeats Demise, sealing his essence into the Master Sword and returning Zelda's soul to her body, but not before Demise curses Link and Zelda's bloodlines to be forever haunted by his reincarnated hatred and pursuit of world domination in an endless cycle throughout all time. To complete the Master Sword's seal, Link drives it into a pedestal inside the temple, with Fi accepting eternal slumber within the sword as a result. Groose, Link, and Zelda return to the present, while Impa remains behind in the past and destroys the Gate of Time as part of the mission Hylia assigned to her, and proceeds to guard the Master Sword. In the present, the old woman greets the trio one last time, revealing that she is Impa, and has now guarded the Master Sword for thousands of years, just before she dies, fading into light. With the surface now freely accessible to the residents of Skyloft, Zelda and Link decide to remain there to watch over the Triforce, and together, they establish the Kingdom of Hyrule.